Circle if you see ones, zeros, root 2's over 2, root 3 over 2, root 3 over 3, root 3, root 2, negative 1, 1/2, negatives and positives, all the negatives and positives of that. If you see those numbers, look at your unit circle. And when you look at your unit circle, trust me when I tell you, that you're going to look here first, here second. Here, let me put a first here. Here third, and here never. Okay, the reason you look in first and second and third, that's how your calculator works when you look for something. When you look at a unit circle and you're looking for who has a tangent of 1, you're going to find 45 degrees first, right? Mm-hmm. And then you're going to find a second one on that unit circle, which is, what is it? Huh?
315.
1 would be in the third quadrant.
1.
No.
I thought you said it could be positive or negative.
Well, they're going to ask you for the sign. They're going to give you the sign. So in the third quadrant, there's another one, right?
But I thought we can't use it.
You can't use that one. So you're going to find somebody else first. Every answer, there's 2 answers on the unit circle. And the reason we never go to the quadrant 3 is because in quadrant 3, we would have already found one before we get there. Okay? So just don't go to quadrant 3. Look in 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 4. Okay? So how does this work? And if you want to change that to degrees, that's the cosecant of negative 90. And negative 90 is the same as the cosecant of 270. Who does not understand how I did that? Negative pi over 2. And you multiply by 180 over pi. The pi's bite the dust, and 180 divided by 2 with a negative is negative 90. And then that's the same when you add negative 90 plus 360, you get plus 270. Everybody get that? So you know that this is the cosecant of 270. So what is the sine of 270? Negative 1. So what's the reciprocal of negative 1? Negative 1. So now we have that since this is equal to negative 1, now we've narrowed it down. You start from the inside out like with those little Russian dolls. Okay? So whenever you see a sine negative 1, a cosine negative 1, a tangent negative 1, the question the problem is asking you is who has. Whenever you see a plain 1, the question is what is? What is the cosecant of negative pi over 2? It's negative 1. Now I replace that by negative 1. Who has a sine of negative 1? Got it? So you're going to look in your parentheses, and you're going to tell me on your unit circle, negative 1 is the numbers on your unit circle. So you're going to say, who has a sine of negative 1? And who is it? Should be 270, actually. Is it? What does the negative 1 mean on the tan? What do you ask yourself?
Who has?
Who has? So who has a tan of root 19 over 57? Well, good luck with that, right? But I don't know who has it because it's not on my unit circle. I can't use my unit circle. That's ugly. So this one I have to draw a triangle. Since it's positive, I go to the first quadrant because that's the first place I'm going to go, and the tangent's positive there. If it were negative, when is tangent negative? So, who has a tan of 519 over 57? Since it's positive, we're going to draw it in the first quadrant. Theta always comes out of the center. SOHCAHTOA is spelled that. And this is tangent. So this is opposite over adjacent. Everybody understand that? We have to find the hypotenuse because they want the sine of that angle. So we do 57 squared plus 5 root 19 squared equals c squared. And time for the calculator. So when we take 3724 and factor it, we can take out a 2 and a 7, which is 14. And this lonely 19 stays under the hood as 14 root 19. Got it? So now we just need the sine. So what's the sine of that angle? It's 5 root 19 over 14 root 19. And lucky us, the 19s bite the dust. So the answer is 5/14.